Wait a minute. You said they were formed in what part of Canada?
Toronto.
Trash talkers, listen to me. Canada has been known to be one of the hardest places to get in. Now, they say if you have a DUI, Canada ain't letting you in.
Yeah,
you
they don't want that American
You is not finna
riffraff in.
It's hard for me to sit here and believe that a dude named Rick James, where there's a hell of a drug,
he probably
found a way to get through that Canadian border with a passport. How did that happen? Who let Rick James in this bitch? Who let Rick? Oh, Carl can't get up there because he behind on child support. Meanwhile, I'm Rick James. Just let me in.
Just walk right in this bitch.
F your country. Buy another one.
Hey, blast off, I can talk my ass off. Hey, Smokey, what you seen, and I'll tell you what I saw. Hollywood, what you think, and I'll tell you what I thought. And we can talk about it all when we here on Trash Talk. Hey.
What's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Trash Talkers Podcast.
We made it.
We made it.
Yeah, we did.
What's up, Smoke Dog?
Man, it's almost football season.
Yeah, you got your preseason going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
How did I know you were going to bring up football?
Because that's all I'm thinking about right now.
Talk to me, man.
Man, it's hard to tell what the Falcons are going to do because of preseason because they don't play their starters at all. Mm-hmm. So we're always seeing like the third stringer and the practice squad guys. But I did see a little bit of Michael Penix, their first round draft pick that everybody was all upset about. And he didn't light the world on fire, but he wasn't bad. So I guess that gives us hope if Kirk Cousins ever does go down. We've got a backup that is fully capable, and he's an older guy to be a rookie too, so that actually helps in some sense. But
so you're happy for Falcons pick?
Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I don't see Super Bowl this season, but I think we'll do above average this year.
I hope the Falcons do something, man. Big. Love my Falcons. Big Atlanta fan in all sports. Mm-hmm. What's been going on with me, man? I'm just sick of this damn heat. Yeah, I'm sick of this heat.
It's horrible.
I went to the grocery store. I went to the grocery store the other day, and I had my AC on full blast. Yeah. And I'm just like, God, I don't want to get out of this truck.
I know, man.
It's like I even put on hat and shades just like to try to make it somewhat cooler. But then I got out the truck, closed my door, and just kind of ran. Like, it's too hot out there, man.
You're running through a sauna, man. The humidity has been like 60, 70% every day, too. Yeah. And when it's 98 to 100 degrees and 60 to 70% humidity, it feels like hell.
Man, it's so crazy. I went out to go get oysters with some friends this weekend, and I had a brand new shirt, right? Brand new shirt, nice outfit I never wore before, new shoes. Literally, from my front door to my truck, sweat stains. I'm like, God dang, man, I'm already sweating. I just walked from the door to the truck. That's what? How many feet is that?
Like 20 at the most.
20 feet. I'm already sweating. I'm like, God, man, this heat.
Man, I hate having to work out, like cut the grass or something. Like you wear your pants and they're just covered, like soaking by the time you're done.
Yes, man.
It feels so horrible.
I had a headband, and I was out there working, and literally I took the headband, and you could just
wring it out.
But I'm out there for like 5. I'm like, why is there so much sweat, man?
Yeah.
Man, heat. You know how they say rain, go away, come again another day.
Yeah, heat, go away.
Go away. Don't bring your head back ever again.
Please don't.
Please, man. Man, okay, all right. Let's read the top 3 comments from the last podcast. Again, guys, if you don't know, we read the top 3 comments from the previous podcast. The last podcast we did is the Trash Talkers answer your most asked questions, and that's what we did. The number 3 most liked comment comes from the Goat Child 3545. Shout out to you, the Goat Child. The Goat Child says, great to know a little bit about you beyond the channel, boys. Podcast topic suggestion, top 5 or even 10 desert island albums.
Wow.
By the way, happy belated birthday, Smokey.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that is a good
We do need to add that to our topic list.
Top 5 albums you have. That's a good one, actually. And the Goat Child also adds his top 3 Tool songs. Number 1, The Grudge. Number 2, The Patient. Number 3, Rosetta Stone. And an honorable mention, Reflection.
All right.
100%.
Absolutely.
We got a tie for number 2 is from Catmer. Catmer, shout out to you. Cat Mur says Mur is short for Murray.
Oh,
So,
there
just
you
so
go.
you know. And
Yeah.
thank you very much for the shout out. Love you guys.
Absolutely.
Shout out.
Thank
to
you.
Kevin. Thank you. And our number one, Shan. Hey, Shan. Shan says 46 and 2 is still my favorite Tool song.
Oh, yeah.
Kill Pop, my favorite Slipknot song, and I don't care what anyone else has to say about it. LOL. You know what I was thinking as a podcast topic in general? How music is the soundtrack to our lives.
Yeah.
You could expand on that however you want. But, for example, there are songs that I have a hard time listening to or just flat out avoid because of the memories attached to them. That is a fact.
Yeah.
Others have great memories attached to them. I was wondering if y'all have similar experiences with specific songs and what those songs are without getting too personal. Okay, it's 4 a.m. and I still haven't slept, so I'm going to bed. Night, y'all. Man, oh Shan.
Yeah, definitely. Man, we have to add those to the topics.
Yeah, stick around, guys. We're going to do that. Now, today, guys, our topic for today is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Curious to see if any trash talkers out there are going to know of any of these.
Yeah.
Curious to see if you guys are going to be like taken back. Like, wait, this person was in a band? Today's title, Smoke Dog, is...
Yes. Famous people in bands you didn't know existed.
Yes.
Yeah, because a lot of times you'll see famous artists who break out or become a solo artist or part of another huge band, and you didn't realize there were some bands that they left in the past that were a part of their history and people don't know about them.
Yeah, and I mean, not even just artists, like football players, wrestlers,
yeah,
like movie.
absolutely.
There's so many out there, and when this topic came up, it was like, you know what, man, let's do some research and see who we can come up with. Now we got 3 apiece here.
Yeah.
And do you want to go with you want to start it off, or you want me to start it off?
Oh, either way, yeah. I've got one that I think most of the trash talkers might know, but you won't know.
All right.
But then I have 2 that I think almost nobody knows.
I think one that I think the trash talkers will know, and 2, I think they won't have a clue.
Oh,
you want to do rock, paper, scissors,
like
see
me.
who goes first?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Everybody does that. Go ahead. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. You go first.
All right. There's always going to be that comment like, "Oh, everybody knows that."
And we salute y'all for those
some band that sold 10 albums total,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Everybody knows that band."
Like, we don't want to say, hey, Beyonce was actually a Destiny's Child.
Yeah,
Justin
exactly.
Timberlake was actually in NSYNC. Of course, we're trying to go a little deeper here. You
yeah,
know?
absolutely.
Who you got?
And I've got a band called Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yes. Interesting members here. There was one really big name that stands out of this band.
Okay.
I have a later band too that actually has several names that stand out, but this one has a really huge name. Did you know the band Chelsea contained a guy named Billy Idol?
Really?
Who went on to have massive success.
Dang.
Some other guys, you guys may know some of these names also. Gene October, James Stevenson, Tony James, Matt Sargent.
I feel like everybody knows here's somebody named Tony James.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
That's
Tony.
the guy that lives down the street.
Yeah, old Tony down there.
Casey Fortune, John Toe, and Chris Bashford and Nick Austin. They've had several different members, but Billy Idol just stands out. Who would have thought that he was actually in a band?
Yeah.
That apparently, you know what though? That kind of makes sense though. If they were like more of a punk rock band, that would be kind of where he got that image from. Because you look at him as like the punk rock pop icon of that era. Billy Idol was not only a sex symbol to a lot of people in the 80s, but he also had that bad boy image and feel to him.
Yeah, like you could just see him on like a motorcycle with a cigarette
yes,
hanging out his mouth.
Exactly.
Or something.
He's like the pop guy that your parents wouldn't let you listen to.
And his name sounds so innocent. Oh, Billy Idol. Come on over, Billy Idol. Meanwhile, Billy's over there in a band.
Yeah, he's doing the drugs and the smoking and all kinds of stuff.
Everything that comes with the lifestyle. That's interesting though, with the band name Chelsea. I wonder if like
Chelsea,
was he the lead singer? You think?
You know what I wonder?
Go.
What if they all had the Chelsea haircuts?
Maybe it was popular back in that day.
It was, yeah. That's a punk rock thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Or is that where the haircut got the name from?
See how big do you think that band was?
I don't think they were very big at all, but let me see.
If the haircut came from the name of the band, that means that band must have been. They had a probably huge impact then.
Let's see. They were. Chelsea are an English punk rock band which formed in 1976. Three of the original four members went on to found Generation X.
Oh wow.
Let's see. Does it show anything about their record sales?
I don't know, but
It looks like they were only running for 2 years.
that's why probably most people. I'm curious to how many trash talkers are gonna know any of these bands.
Yeah.
Like I'm really curious.
Yeah, that's why I tried to dig really deep.
Yeah. So
Oh, actually, they kind of reformed a new lineup in 1982 to present.
I wonder if Billy Idol was there though. Like, cause at that time Billy was already like popular.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he was in the new lineup, but
Yeah.
yeah, apparently they broke up. Billy Idol went on to huge success, and the band reformed with new members.
Chelsea's probably like, we can do it without Billy Idol. And everybody's like, bruh, come
Nah.
on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
later. He's playing arenas, and
Yeah.
you're playing your bar.
That's your local.
And sorry, I'm not trying to downplay them. If
No.
anybody's a huge Chelsea fan in the audience here, not downplaying them at all. It's just that Billy Idol was a smash
Yes.
success.
So now, also, guys, when we're naming these bands, you know, guys, if you know or happen to be a fan of these bands, feel free to leave some of the songs that we should check out down in the comment section. Now, I've got one. I know him as a solo artist, and he's actually one of my favorite artists. Period. Period. Rest in peace. It's Elliott Smith. Elliott, I have one of his lyrics tattooed here. It's from the song King's Crossing. I can't prepare for death any more than I already have. This dude has, shout out to Shan with that comment that she had let earlier saying, you know, songs that actually stick with you through personal things.
Yeah.
This guy has whole albums I can listen to from front to back that have personal things that stick with me. But I didn't know that he was in a band called Heat Miser.
Heat Miser.
And
I had no idea either.
what's crazy is I've heard the name Heat Miser, but then when I'm like, wait a minute, I looked it up. I'm like, holy Elliott Smith is in there.
Yeah.
Now this is what's got me even because Elliott's known as being a solo artist. He was very antisocial. He had an album called "From a Basement on a Hill." He literally didn't want to talk to nobody. He hated being on stage, but he loved to make music. So he made it. He locked himself in a studio he had in a basement on a hill, and his girlfriend would like have to bring him tray. I just have a picture of him like having a slot with food, and she just, hey Elliot,
Like
here's
he's
your
in
food.
prison.
He just takes it. He's like, leave me alone. I'm making music, but make some of the greatest, just like like it. But to
Very depressed though, huh?
Oh, very. I mean, dude, his death is one that's very shrouded in mystery. Some people say he did it to himself, but I don't see you. Do you? If you really wanted to go, like really wanted to, could you take a knife and just to your chest?
No.
15 times?
No, I feel like there would be much easier ways to do it.
There's so many
Quicker ways.
I mean, and his girlfriend was the only one in the house, and there was a letter that on a sticky note that says "so sorry," and there's a lot of Elliott Smith fans that hate this lady because they're like, there's no way Elliott could do this. But a lot of people are saying, well, if you listen to his music, I can't prepare for death any more than I already have. A lot of people are saying like, hey, maybe he wanted to go and he kind of like said, hey, you help me out, I'll do this. But other people are saying, well, they wanted him to go because, you know, then she could get all the profits from the money. It's a very interesting story.
I feel like every time there's a story like that where an artist offs himself or herself, and the significant other is the first finger they point at, or the first person they point the finger at.
It's just like you said.
It's the Courtney Love thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that they like she's the.
Even if there's no evidence, there's still going to be people that say, "Oh, she absolutely did it."
I mean, I just don't see anyone just.
Yeah, see, that's
How?
tough, man. That's tough.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, they try to pull the same thing with Kurt, though, right? They're like, "There's no way he held the shotgun and pulled it with his toe." Like, it is possible. So.
God, you gotta be a savage to just. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
man.
like what was it, the samurai way of death?
Oh yeah,
or was
they
it the
would.
ninja or whatever?
It's honor
Yeah,
by death or death by honor. I think they called it.
something like that. Yeah.
Live by no. I think it's called honor by. It was Miyamoto Musashi said it.
Yeah.
He said, you know, it's honor. It's death by honor, honor by death, or something
Yeah.
like if you
off
lose,
yourself for losing.
Exactly. Yeah. 100%. Who you got next, Mo? I'm so curious to let you hear.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up their story because I don't know a lot about this band, but the Trash Talkers do. I really think they know this band, but maybe not everybody knows about them. But the artist was actually Iggy Pop.
Ah.
And it's crazy because Iggy Pop, his last name is Pop, he was in a punk band called The Stooges.
The Stooges?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, let's see what they say. The Stooges originally formed as the Psychedelic Stooges, also known as Iggy and the Stooges. So I guess they're not even listing them as punk here, but I assumed they were. Genres: proto-punk, garage rock, hard rock, punk rock. Okay, so yeah, it was formed.
That's crazy.
Ann Arbor, Michigan.
In
1976.
Damn.
But of course, Iggy Pop went on to become way more famous on his own.
So they went by either the Stooges or Iggy Pop and the Stooges?
Iggy and the Stooges, yes. Also the Psychedelic Stooges. I feel like this may have been a local band that probably went through a few iterations and they kept changing the name before they finally settled on, well, let's just call ourselves the Stooges. And then Iggy's like, I'll just call myself Iggy Pop.
Yeah, and then went out
later.
But then you got Iggy and the Stooges. Was at one point he was like, you know what? I'm probably about to leave, guys.
So, that may have played into it. Yeah.
Damn, how many other do you think? You think like Prince and the Revolution was like, look, I'm leaving the band if y'all don't let me call myself Prince and the Revolution. And he was like, all right, or
George Clinton and the P-Funk All-Stars.
He's like, look, I'm leaving if it's not this.
It's like,
and this.
y'all know I'm the star, right?
I'm leaving if it ain't.
I'm the star. So.
Damn, there's so many you could think like that. You got.
We always talk about Simon and Garfunkel fighting over who's first.
Who's going? It's Garfunkel and Simon. Oh, it rolls off the tongue with Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah.
Which it does. Simon and Garfunkel does kind of roll better off the tongue.
Yeah.
But
it says the Stooges are widely regarded as a seminal proto-punk act and as instrumental in the development of punk rock, alternative rock, heavy metal, and rock music at large.
Oh, wow.
In the years before noise rock was named as a musical genre, the Stooges were combining noise with punk rock in the same vein.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Noise
rock.
That is.
I'm sure we've covered something that could be considered noise rock. But I don't think we've actually covered anything that we knew at the time that it was labeled noise rock.
That is crazy. There's
Of course, the old people would say all rock is noise rock.
Turn that noise down. Turn that. Oh, it's so crazy when we did God dang it, we did who was it that you called art rock?
Oh, that was Kate Bush.
Yeah, everybody was like, what do you art rock? Like, we just, you know what I mean? We're going off of what we see you guys say.
Well,
like,
there was an argument in the comments again on that, and there was like somebody's like, art rock, where'd you get that from? Like, I don't know who would have came up with that. And then right under it, it says, yes, it's art rock, art pop, and it's like, y'all are saying two completely opposite
and look,
things.
Go to that video, check out that conversation is long, dude. They went back and forth, man. All right, I've got one.
Yeah.
Now, Smoke Dog, let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of movies? Have you ever heard of a movie called The Avengers?
The Avengers, absolutely.
What about Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel, I've heard of it. I haven't watched that one though.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
You know, Marriage Story, Jojo Rabbit. These all happen to be movies with a certain huge blockbuster actress.
Yeah. Is it Junior?
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson was in a band called The Singles.
Wow. Dang, that is a deep cut.
Mega huge huge actress was in a band called Singles. Just give a little backstory here. So Scarlett Johansson was in a band called The Singles. So fans may know that Scarlett Johansson has released music as a solo artist, but many people forget that she also formed a musical group in 2015. The band named The Singles consisted of the actress Esty Haim from the group Haim, if you guys know who Haim is, Holly Miranda, Kendra
it's not
Morris.
Corey Haim, right?
It's Haim, Haim, or Haim.
Yeah.
And Julia Haltigan. The band reportedly got a cease and desist letter from another band that was called The Singles, and they've only released one song. Scarlett Johansson has released one song with this band, and the name of the song is called Candy.
Wow.
I feel like y'all might get a cease and desist on the name of the song Candy. Y'all better
Yeah.
be careful there, man.
Just like
Candy.
candy.
Or I'll meet you in the candy shop.
Yeah,
I'll
let's
make it
just
to
lick
body
lollipop.
rock. There's but no, just reading off a little bit more. I wanted to see like they were known as like a Midwest garage rock band that had somewhat of a psychedelic soul feel to them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're vintage power pop. That's a
Vintage power.
vintage pop. Apparently, this band's all over the place, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was cool to see because I'm a big Marvel head, you know, and
Yeah.
you know, seeing her in the Avengers and Black Widow and Captain Marvel, it's like,
Wanted.
yeah, she was in a lot.
Yeah, dude, we need to cover that song
Yeah, Candy's
because
Candy.
I need to hear what that sounds like.
Man, she was that is interesting. I'd like to hear that.
Or
one,
did
man.
they even cut a video for it? But I'm sure the audio was up on YouTube.
Yeah, just I'm so curious if you
Dang,
guys
that
know
might
any
be
of
the
these.
deepest cut of all
Oh
time.
no, I got
right
one.
there.
I got one. That's,
There's no way you're going deeper
I
than
got
they
one
only
that's gonna
released
F you
one
up.
song.
I got one that's gonna F you up, dude. I got you.
All right, well, my third one, I found this so fascinating. And I'm just, before I tell you the name of this band, I'm going to read off the members. Neil Young.
Oh wow,
Yeah, big name.
huge name.
Yes, been in several bands and by himself.
Yeah.
Neil Merriweather.
If you say Neil Pruitt,
No.
I was about to say Neil Peart.
Neil-
I swear, there's too many Neils in this band. Neil Armstrong.
Goldie McJohn. Oop, lost my page. Nick St. Nicholas.
Santa Claus is in this damn
Bruce Palmer.
band. I thought you was about to say Bruce Springsteen. What band is this, dude?
You want to know who the lead singer was?
Who? We ain't got to him yet.
No, this is
Neil
the
Armstrong.
Lead singer. Neil Armstrong.
I mean, with so many Neils in there, might as well throw him in there too.
Now, it'd be the Neil and Neil
Yeah,
band.
Neil, the Neils. Who was it?
Neil's at Neil. The lead singer is actually Rick James.
I'm Rick James. Really?
Can you imagine Neil Young and Rick James being
That's
in the same band together?
crazy. What's the name of the band again?
The Minor Birds.
How is it? The
It's spelled.
Minor.
Yeah, you think like Minor,
Yeah.
but this is Mynah. The Minor Birds.
Damn, who was the star there? Was it Rick? Come on,
It's
man.
either Rick James or Neil.
Rick James is so egotistical. He had to be like,
Oh, yeah.
no, I'm Rick James.
Well, maybe that's why the band ain't together
Exactly,
anymore.
I'm telling you. I feel like a lot of those, like, no, I'm Rick James. That's a freaking term that people use. I'm sure he was like,
Yeah.
Neil, you're cool, Neil, but I'm Rick James.
The Minor Birds was a Canadian R&B band formed.
Canadian?
Yeah. Oh, they're all good. Well, Rick James from Buffalo.
Yeah,
Close
I
enough.
mean, it's close
yeah.
enough, but
Yeah. Formed in Toronto. That was active from 1964 to 1967. Although the band never released an album, it is notable as a featuring member musician. That doesn't even make sense. Such as Rick James and Neil Young, who went on to have successful careers in rock, folk rock, and funk.
wait a minute. You said they were formed in what part of Canada?
Toronto.
Trash talkers, listen to me. Canada has been known to be one of the hardest places to get in. Now, they say if you have a DUI, Canada ain't letting you in.
Yeah, they
You
don't
ain't
want that American
You is not finna
riffraff in.
it's hard for me to sit here and believe that a dude named Rick James, where there's a hell of a drug,
He probably
found a way to
say he
get
snuck
through
across the
that
border.
Canadian border with a passport. How did that happen? Who let Rick James in this bitch? Who let Rick? Oh, Carl can't get up there because he behind on child support. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
I'm Rick James. Just let me in.
Just walk right in this bitch.
F your country. Buy another one. How Rick James get up here, man?
Now I ain't gonna say I wipe my feet all over Toronto, but I
Okay,
wipe
might
my
have
feet
walked
all
out
over
of Toronto. They should have never gave you Canadians money. Shout out, Rick James.
Neil Young, I hate you.
Man, I want to know how that happened. Maybe Canadian border policies weren't as strict as they are now, but I mean, you got to have a passport to get into Canada.
Yeah.
And this was before Rick James was Rick James.
Yeah, maybe that's it though. Maybe he hadn't had a record at that time.
Maybe he was actually Richard James.
Yeah,
And he wasn't all about the.
He was just Richard Jameson at the time.
Yeah, he was Good Boy Richardson.
Yeah.
And then until he left the Minor
Birds.
and became I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Their
ready?
genres were rhythm and blues,
R&B,
rock and roll, garage rock, and blues rock.
I want to hear some of that.
I do want to hear. I want to hear their whole catalog.
Yes. All right, Smoke Dog. I had one. I said I was gonna go deep on you, brother.
All right, what you got?
Okay. The Good Son is a movie that he was in.
Okay.
Went through a very tumultuous life in his late teenage, early 20s. Was in a movie called Home Alone. Ever heard of it?
Macaulay Culkin?
Macaulay Culkin was in a band.
Nuh-uh.
Macaulay Culkin was in a comedy rock band called The Pizza Underground.
The Pizza Underground.
Macaulay Culkin was in a band called The Pizza Underground.
Like the Velvet Underground?
Oh, hold on. Interesting you brought that up. It's been quite some time since we've seen Macaulay Culkin on our screens, but that doesn't mean he hasn't been busy. The former child actor was in the group The Pizza Underground, a comedy rock band that mainly played parody songs by the Velvet Underground.
That makes sense.
The Pizza, you know what's... Follow me here now.
Uh-huh.
Child actor.
Yeah.
Just follow me. So... Pizzagate.
Okay.
You think maybe he was like, I'm gonna make fun of y'all and say,
I was thinking, well, I mean, you may be onto something, but
Pizza Underground?
I was thinking like Home Alone, the pizza delivery? And when he was addicted to cheese pizza.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought of Pizzagate and I was like, no.
Maybe.
But then
maybe
I thought
that's what he was going after.
Underground. I was like, well, hold on, man. Is he trying to tell us something without telling us something? You know?
That was an underground operation if
Yeah.
it actually existed.
Yeah.
But see, that made me think of it because we could have put the Velvet Underground on this list because Lou Reed was in the Velvet Underground.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a huge solo career afterwards.
I wonder
I was
how-
looking through their list and see if there's any more guys that went on to have huge solo careers, but I'm sure they all just jumped into other bands after the Velvet Underground.
I wonder how the main members of Velvet Underground felt about Macaulay Culkin having a band.
Oh yeah,
called
that's always a question.
Yeah, like I wonder if they were like, "Hey, man, that's freaking Home Alone." I mean, kid,
The Home Alone kid. He's
Yeah.
like 35 and still looks like he's 12 somehow.
still going at it. It's so weird when I saw him and he had dude, you gotta be in your late 20s and you still got peach fuzz. Like, how
Yeah.
are you 28 with peach fuzz?
Yeah, he
You
still
know,
looks like a kid. Yeah.
Where's that coming from, man?
There's that one YouTuber. What is it? Wavy something that looks like Macaulay Culkin. Oh God, I forgot. I'd have to look it up. There's a YouTuber. He's a really big YouTuber named Wavy something.
Maybe. You know, I could throw one out there. One that another person out there that you would not expect to be in a band.
Who?
There's a guy that me and you know, named Boondocks, that happened to be in a metal band.
Yeah, he did.
Do you remember the name of that metal band?
No, I do not. But he was in a metal band.
Pipe
was too, actually.
Yeah.
Had a lead singer from Texas that had just gotten out of prison. I saw a video of them performing one time. As a matter of fact, Product was in a new metal band.
But I don't think they were on the level of a Boondocks. I mean, we
They
know
might have-
Product.
I mean, they performed around Atlanta. But
yeah.
I
mean,
don't know. I don't know how big Boondocks' band was.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But Boondocks was huge.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Potgun was.
I was just thinking, like,
people we know.
Well, yeah, we had
Oh,
like 3 members
Well,
that
hell,
were
if that's
in
the
metal
case, I
bands
was
at
in a
one time.
band then at one point, dude.
I wanted to. I tried to form a band at one time because new metal was huge when I was in school, and I was like, I just wanted to rap, and I wanted to see what it would sound like to rap over guitars and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I found some people at school that could play the instruments, but no one really took it serious.
it's so crazy seeing your house where we recorded rap music, where you could literally go into your booth was in your closet with, it was kind of soundproof. You know, I don't know if you had egg cartons or you had the actual.
Nah, I used the egg crate foam.
Okay, the foam.
And then I would put blankets over it.
Now this is in the middle of the hood, and nobody can hear that in a closet.
Yeah.
It's hard to see you having a new metal band.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have worked.
It'd be like,
it would not have worked in Settlers Grove.
no, they're gonna be like, what the? You know how you had so many people come? Hey man, I heard you got a studio. Yeah, come on in. They'd be like, turn that off.
Yeah, they'd be knocking on the door. Hey, I heard you had a studio. Yeah, I do. Can you turn that shit
Down.
off?
Hey, I heard you got a band going. Can y'all not record or play outside? Please don't. That's so crazy. Where would y'all have played
I
at?
would have to soundproof the whole house.
I mean,
I don't know, like in high school, like the kids that would play instruments, like they'd have a garage that their parents let
it's
them
so
use or
crazy.
something.
I was gonna say garage, but aren't your neighbors gonna get pissed?
Yeah.
Like,
I always wondered that too.
it's like
Because I knew this one dude that was a drummer.
that's
And they had this big freestanding garage outside of his house, and he's just out there wailing away. And I'm like, your neighbor's got to be pissed,
listen.
right?
I got a neighbor right behind me, and every time we finish a freaking
We
reaction,
start yelling too much.
yeah, no, well, she's never said anything about us recording, but like when we say and we are over and deuce it, I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like she's got like a stethoscope on her, like, all right, too loud, I'm calling HOA. No. If I had a drum over here, man, I'd have so many HOA fines, it'd be crazy,
Yeah,
man.
Absolutely.
I don't know. This was an interesting one, man.
Yeah.
To see, people like Rick James, Iggy Pop, Macaulay Culkin, Scarlett Johansson to be in bands, it shows you that if being in the spotlight doesn't necessarily mean that whatever you're known for doing is your number one passion. Like, Macaulay Culkin from being an artist or actor.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson for being,
Actress.
an actress.
Yeah.
But maybe their first love happens to be
Music. We talked about that, didn't we, recently? Was it on a Tuesday or was it on Spiral Out? That
It was
there were a lot of a lot of actors who were in. I think it was a trivia question, but there were a lot of actors who were in bands or at least made music at some point.
Man, I don't know.
Because you had brought up a list. Yeah, it was a Tuesday. It was a Live with the Tribe. You had brought up a list of it was like 4 names and which one did not record music.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Damn, now I'm trying to think of the answer.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Either way, man, it just shows you could be talented in multiple areas, but it doesn't have to define you for who you are. Like, Macaulay Culkin started a band after freaking Home Alone.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, he kind of dropped off the map.
that's what I'm saying. Dizzy got anything?
He did like 4 or 5 movies, and then no one ever saw him again.
Let's see what Macaulay Culkin's last movie. Let's see. What was Macaulay Culkin's last movie? Changeland was released in 2019.
Really?
Interesting.
I guess maybe because it's not blockbusters anymore.
Maybe
But then
not.
again, I don't keep track of the movies these days.
How about this? He also appeared in a 2018 Google Assistant ad that recreated scenes from Home Alone where Culkin played Kevin
that's
McAllister.
his bread and butter.
He
That's
played-
his bread and butter right there is Home Alone. Like, he kind of got typecasted.
Yeah, you're always going to be known as...
He's the Home Alone kid.
but he was also Richie Rich.
Yeah.
Remember Richie Rich? That was a
Yeah,
good
and he was
movie.
in The War, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh my God, I heard the greatest, I've
My
seen,
Girl.
My Girl was good. I've seen the greatest. I guess you would. I don't know what do they call, like, theories, I guess, about movies. So have you ever seen the movie The Good Son? Remember?
I haven't seen it, no.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah.
All right. So there's a clip in the movie where he goes up in the treehouse and he's talking to the other kid. He's like, "That's your mom's maggot food." She's like, "She's still gonna be my mom." And Macaulay Culkin has on a jacket that's red and has green lines. What villain has red and green
Freddy
lines?
Krueger?
And they said, and if you look at it, because the last thing he said, he had the Freddy Krueger jacket color on, and he said, "Hey, don't with me or I'll your mom." And now Freddy Krueger's got, like, what if Macaulay Culkin ended up being Freddy Krueger? You know what I mean? He wore the same thing. It's just got so...
So that's the film theory?
Yeah, the film theory is Macaulay Culkin ended up being Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, okay. I mean, they have a similar look if you think about Macaulay Culkin and Robert Englund.
Yeah.
They kind of have a similar look.
I mean,
to it.
man, that is...
You know...
What?
You know what would have been a great Freddy Krueger?
Who?
Lane Staley.
Tell
me he don't look
I'm trying
like-
to picture that. Okay, yeah.
Tell me he don't
okay.
look like Robert Englund.
He got some Freddy vibes to him.
Yeah.
Damn, now I'm thinking everybody else that could. You gotta have like that face. You know what I mean? Like, you
yeah,
gotta
exactly.
have that face.
He's got that face.
Huh.
It's got to be a bony face with that certain bigger nose.
Nose.
You know, yeah. Blonde helps. I don't know why, but it seems to help.
I feel like, I don't know, there could be a bunch out there. For some reason,
Yeah.
Ned Flanders is popping
Ned
in my. I
Flanders.
know he's a fictional character, but if he
He's
were
gonna play Freddy Krueger?
if there was a Simpsons episode that needed a Freddy Krueger, let Ned Flanders play freaking Freddy, man.
They probably done that on the Treehouse of Horror.
Dude, I used to watch all the Treehouse of Horrors,
yeah,
man.
that was so good.
100%. Man, we done sit here and talked about Treehouse of Horrors, Macaulay Culkin, Rick
Yeah.
James crossing into Canada.
Yeah.
So much, man.
Yeah.
Trash-
I want to see Rick James saying, "Keep the change, you filthy animal."
Keep the change, you filthy animal. It sounds like something he would say.
Exactly.
Oh my. I want to repeat. If y'all haven't seen
Cause
it,
you're Macaulay Culkin and I'm Rick James. Of course I'm gonna slap you.
girls, show Macaulay Culkin your tits. Listen, man, to the trash talkers out there who have stuck along with us, and we're just so curious to see the comments on this. You guys let us know. Give us some more bands that had famous people that no one knew were a part of bands. And also, if we mention any of these bands today that you guys may know songs by or happen to be fans of, leave some songs out in the comment section and let's check some out, man.
Absolutely.
You got anything else, Moto?
Nah, I think that's it for this week.
That's it, guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us on this episode of the Trash Talkers podcast. And with that being said, my name is Barringer Hollywood 6. Bye.
I am Larry Smokey Ramirez.
And we are
over.
and
Ow. Deuces. Yeah, boy.